What's up, everybody? My name is Christian, and I am the Digital CCH. Welcome to Techno Thursday, where we talk all things digital, all things tech, all the time. Today, we are going to talk about how easy it is to add a Google Analytics UA property to Google Tag Manager and add that GTM container to your website. Let's get started. This comes with a basic understanding of how to use Google Analytics, assuming you already have a property created. If not, it's very simple. You go to analytics.google.com, sign in or create an account with a Gmail or Google Workspace email. Once you're in, you would create an account, and when you're creating the first account, you end up creating your first property as well. But to create a property, it's very simple. Click on Create Property, name the property, pick your time zone. They've created some new options when you're creating a new property. There's what's called Google GA4 or Google Analytics 4, which will be the go-to or default property starting July 1st, 2023. Today we're going to show you how to add a UA property, which is the current version of Google Analytics, but we also will be doing in a future video showing you how to create and add a GA4 ID to your Google Tag Manager as well. So right now you would add your website link. You can at this time create both a Google Analytics 4 property and a UA property, or you can create just a UA property. So we click that. This is just basic information that Google collects, and you create your property. Since I already have a UA property created, this one right here, I can show you how to add that to Google Tag Manager. Once you create the property, you can go in and edit some of the settings here. I usually like to put the URL that the UA property or the Google Analytics, what website it'll be placed on, so that when you're looking for it, when you're doing reporting, it's easy to find when you're searching. So really all you need to do is, once you have your property created, go to or create a Google Tag Manager account. Again, tagmanager.google.com, a login or create an account with your Gmail or Google Workspace email. When you first get there, you'll need to create the account, and then you create containers inside it. So as you can see here, the account is the sandbox, and then I have a container already created. If you needed to create another container, you would just click on the little plus icon here, name it whatever you want to name it, what it's for, web, iOS, Android, AMP server. Typically you would create a web container for most purposes. But back to adding a UA property to your Google Tag Manager. So you go in here, go into your property settings, copy the property ID, go into Google Tag Manager. You can create new tag here, or you can go into tags, click new, click on new tag configuration. We want to choose Google Analytics, Universal Analytics for now. We want to do a page view tracking here, and then we want to select the variable. The variables are is where you create or place your analytics ID. So we're going to create a new variable. Here you just place your UA property UA property ID number that you copied before. Click Save. You can name this anything you want, but it defaults to Google Analytics settings. Click Save. Now this is the tag that's created. You want to set up when it triggers. So we're setting up a page view tag. So we want Google Analytics to fire a page view every time this ID or this tag is loaded on your website. So we're going to do it on all pages on page view. Again, click Save. You can name this anything you want, but the default is usually OK. That's pretty much it. See how simple that was, adding a Google Analytics UA property to your Google Tag Manager? Very simple. But wait, there's one more step. You need to publish your container. Click Submit. You can name this version name if you want to keep track of all of your changes. Click Publish. And now you have Google Analytics added to your Google Tag Manager, which we're now going to add to your website. Very, very simple. So here's where we have our Google Tag Manager container ID. You can also get that in, if you were placing the entire code on your website, you would grab this code and place it in the header file, but we're going to show you a much easier way. So all we want to do is copy the container ID, log into your website, go to Plugins, add new plugin, search for Google Tag Manager for WordPress, install this very simple, lightweight plugin, activate it, and here it will tell you need to add your GTM ID for it to be able to work. Let me just show you real quick. We currently do not have anything on the website. No tag manager, no analytics, no scripts, no other IDs. As soon as we set up this plugin and add our GTM ID, save it, refresh the website, it should sometimes it takes a little longer for Google Tag Assistant to recognize it. Let me just make sure that's the reason why. Just make sure you have this turned to on, otherwise the plugin won't activate your GTM ID. Let me refresh the site, and you see that just changed up there. Now we have both our Google Tag Manager container ID as well as our UA property ID loading on the site. If we go back to Google Analytics, click on Real Time, we should see our, yep. See how easy that was? So let's review. We created a Google Analytics property. It's in your admin section of your Google Analytics account. We created it. We have the account, we have a property, and we have a view. Again, this is just for UA properties. In a future video, we're going to be showing you how to create and install a GA4 ID, which is just as simple. So we have our Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, which now has our Google Analytics Universal Analytics tagged into it. We added it to our website, and it's now loading on our website. Doesn't get much easier than that. So I hope you found this video informational, useful. If you have any questions, leave us a comment below. We'd be glad to help you out. But that's going to do it for today. See you soon.